Today's Friday, finally, February 11th. And the markets, we've got the wholesale trade numbers out, consumer sentiment at 955, so one more number, and then we're peer-based trading. The markets here, all right, the S&P daily here, guys. Let's start looking at some of these charts here. There's nothing we're going to do here. The number is out, but we've not gone anywhere. We're at some key reference areas. We've got a stage 3 building on the daily time frame here. We found some support down here. Daily still in an uptrend. Same scenario that we've seen, day after day here. But the one thing that we were able to accomplish this week was to hit a stage 2, which is stopping price, and then development around that. So we've got a balanced trading area. We never did get to those 6s yet. Which part of me says we may get there today. If we can't get up over these areas of key significance here this morning, we may be actually headed there. All right, that would kind of be my target objectives on some of the stuff this morning. Would be back. Actually, we've got some more supply showing up here now, even in the Nasdaq. We had that sell signal earlier. All right, now it's back inside of value, so that's looking pretty good. The other one is the S&P here, and again, I like the S&P better than the Nasdaq, only from the perspectives of, if you look at the chart, we were in balance all week. Oops, we were in balance all week this week. I'll move this daily out of here, and the 30-minute right now time frame is right up against the monthly developing. All right, we're right there, 1575s. We've got a naked point of control at 1675s. We're at the lower end actually of the balance area from this week. So this has got, again, relative weakness this morning versus the Nasdaq if we compared the two, because the Nasdaq has that weekly, monthly, and development at 55s, and we're up over the top of it. So the idea this morning was going to be is to get short here, right up in this area. The wholesale trade number came out. We've got absolutely no movement in this market. It's stalling, but you can see where the S&P is stalling. It's stalling at a great location. I would prefer this short over the Nasdaq at this point. Although the Nasdaq, again, yesterday you saw a little bit of action in that market just based on the news about the lines at the Verizon store in Apple. And Apple took an $8 plunge there. But here's the Nasdaq. All right, there's the line, 5550s. Okay, we're in the middle of this balance area that we've been in all week, and that's why this one's, again, they're all tough because they're in the middle of the balance area. That basically means we have a 50-50 chance of either going back to the unfair highs or back to the unfair lows in either one of these. So this morning we haven't been able to execute on anything pre-market yet, only because there really hasn't been anything decent here to trade off of. We couldn't get positioned ahead of the number, and the number came out and we've gone nowhere. So this Nasdaq, again, this may be a probe, and this may be our sell signal right here. We're back inside of it now, so 58 quarter, wouldn't want to see it trade back up over that number. All right, so I'm going to be watching for that for the short entry here. Prefer the S&P only because we're still well below that high volume node, and it looks like we might have some volume coming in at the 15. So this area on the S&P, you could take and play this range anywhere from this 1575s up to 1675, basically that blue box. That's the sell zone, if you will. Anything over the top side of that and we start to close more than like by 3 ticks on a probe, it's going to continue to go higher. We had some good support in the markets down at these 10s again from last night. It's almost a repeat of what we saw yesterday coming into the markets, where they had a bunch of people were long, they ran the stops out, and then they continued to run it higher. So we have a short-term balance area even from the overnight session, which is right around 16s. It may be a matter we get a probe, hit them higher at the open, and then they sell it off. We'll watch for that too, because if these guys are still short from here, their stops more than likely are up over here, and maybe even a little bit higher from those who are still holding. But this one I like better just because of the weekly and the monthly and development point of control at that 1575-16 area. It's a really good location. So there's nothing here, not like yesterday morning. I mean, we already had a plan in place and was trading. Today, not the case. We're going to have to wait for more information. The euro cracked down to, actually it cracked back down to the prior pivot lows, down to those 35s. Came all the way back down to those 35s again, and you can see there was some buying interest. It came down to the second target objective in the London session, which was 3,500. We bounced off of it just shy of it, 3,504s. Values being accepted. and point of control now is at 35.30. So it actually met that first target objective we talked about earlier this morning, was 35s back to the 35.30 area. It's accomplished that goal. So see what happens with this. Again, we'll have to watch Egypt in the news over there today. If you remember right, 2 Fridays ago, we had a massive move to the downside because of what was going on over there. Now, if it gets a little heated up again today, we might see something similar to that. So I'm still biased to the short side only because I'm looking at the distribution that's been occurring this week. Haven't seen that in quite some time, and that's why it's making these moves on the rallies up. If we're putting in a short-term top and building a top here, every rally is basically sold into by the institutions. So we got to be on our toes. We can play it both ways, like we did yesterday, long and short. But just be aware of what's going on. And again, I'd like to see us come back down at least. It would give me more confidence if I thought we were going to go higher, if we could come back down actually and get this this high volume area tested here, this 4 area, 4 to 6s. I would feel better about that if it probed below the balance area and snapped back up inside of the 9s and the 10s, because this 9-10 area right now is significant too. So if it did that, then I would stand a chance of saying, you know what, let's play it to the long side and look for the breakout over the 2150 area. Okay, but you can see where we're at right now. We're in the middle of the value area for the week, so that makes it difficult. Heads or tails, which way we're going to go here at the open. So until we get more evidence, we'll have to just sit here and wait for the open. And we've got one more number this morning, consumer sentiment at 955. So have a good day, everyone, and we'll see you in the room. If not, visit our website at beyondprofile.com. I just actually booked the boot camp live for Austin, Texas. That'll be occurring in April 11th through the 15th. So if you'd like to get signed up for that or more information, check out the website for that, along with our upcoming ICE Exchange event hosted by the ICE Exchange along with Traders Kingdom. That'll be March 16th. There's also a link on the website for that. Good trading, everyone, and have a great day.